I'm Alex Wooten, and today I will be presenting my final assignment on automation and robotics as a disruptive technology that is currently widely used. In order to go over automation and robotics as a disruptive technology, it is important to define and understand what these two separate terms mean and how they work together. Automation is known as a type of process that uses software or machines along with any other technology required to carry out the designated tasks that have previously been known to be completed by human workers and personnel. Automation can be applied to both virtual and physical tasks. This methodology can be applied to many functions, allowing devices to be programmed for automated uses such as automating the air conditioning from a programmed thermostat or the operations of a manufacturer using technical machine equipment to create its products. With this in mind, automation can perform extremely complex processes and can now be powered by artificial intelligence or machine learning to raise productivity. Robotics, on the other hand, is a field that fuses engineering and computer science into its design for building various forms of robots and machines to perform tasks. Robotics and robots can be separated into three broad and sometimes overlapping categories to include those relying entirely on human input in order to operate, those which are semi-autonomous, able to perform some tasks on their own while still requiring some form of human intervention or supervision, and those which are completely autonomous, possessing the intelligence requirements to perform tasks entirely on their own, usually with the ability to adequately respond to real-world scenarios and environments with minimal human intervention needed, if any. I will now discuss two current companies, Amazon and Tesla, which are using automation and robotics. Amazon uses over 750,000 automated mobile robots utilizing the latest in AI technology, enabling employee upskilling and ease of the company's deliveries. For well over a decade, Amazon has pioneered automation and robotics within its operations, driving innovation and growth that has directly benefited its employees and customers. Innovations include an unprecedented advancement in AI technology usage with the automations systems. Amazon focuses on building safe, practical, and dependable technology and robotics that optimize their supply chain. Amazon also uses the latest computer vision and machine learning industrial robots, which can operate alongside humans safely. The company uses autonomous mobile robots dubbed Proteus, which is a new mobile robotic handling systems platform. Other robots in use include Cardinal and Sparrow, which handle the categorization of goods. Tesla has also used automation and robotics with mixed success. It is worth noting, however, the speed at which some of the company's vehicles were produced using automation and robotics. Tesla's Model 3 has come out jam-packed with many features that have been new and unique for the company and even the overall industry, enabling a lower price point compared to any of their other models. Using automation and robotics for such a complex process introduced tiny changes, creating minor variances, which over several steps increase the risk to compound and heavily impact upstream operations. Pertaining to the Model 3, battery cells were used which had been updated from the Model S. These cells had improved charging capacities, which resulted in a slight increase in size over the standard cells used in previous models. An automated process via robotics was in place and had been designed to pack cells into their trays 50% faster than human operators could. However, the change in cell size had not been accounted for and resulted in an increased error rate requiring manual operators to take over the system again before it was redesigned. This experience made Tesla a seasoned competitor of other manufacturers using these technologies and continued to keep the company ahead of others. Some of Tesla's robots have been given designators and names after X-Men characters, portraying the company's culture toward their automation systems and robotics. For many companies and businesses, automated systems will account for 25% of capital spending over the next 5 years. Many industrial executives and manufacturing leaders expect to see opportunities and benefits in output, quality, efficiency, and uptime. Automation and robotics address many problems that face companies today that can lead to their downfall. These problems, depending on the circumstances, can include the cost of taking care of human employees and staff, labor and facilitation of personnel, routine tasks that can be completed faster by robots, and effectively implementing human talent where appropriate. While many companies have successfully utilized automation and robotics, it is important to take note of those who seem to have lost out on this technology or continue to have issues. General Motors, for instance, failed to meet its electrical vehicle production ramp-up due to issues with its automation equipment and suppliers. GM does not produce much of its own manufacturing equipment and automation systems to include its robotics and requirements. This has led the company to experience unexpected delays because their unnamed supplier has struggled with delivering the correct automation equipment. If GM made its own robotics and systems, or if the company had recognized how crucial these technologies would have been ahead of time, this likely would not have been an issue, or at least not as big of an issue as it is. This current problem is being reported as a holdup that is limiting battery module assembly capacity, which is also peculiar because this was exactly what Tesla was dealing with, as previously mentioned. GM was surprised by the supplier and blindsided when production could not continue as planned, having overestimated their supplier's capabilities. GM deployed teams of manufacturing engineers to work with automation suppliers in hopes to improve the delivery times and added manual module assembly lines. While GM achieved its goal of producing 50,000 electrical vehicles in the first half of the year, 80% of them were the less popular Chevy Bolt models, failing to build enough newer EVs that were using the Ultium platform and batteries, all due to the module assembly constraints as previously mentioned. Argo AI was an automation, robotics, and self-driving vehicle company previously backed by Ford and Volkswagen. Ford lost the Level 4 autonomous driving technology from the company's shutdown, which is currently the highest level of AI autonomous systems for self-driving platforms. Ford and Volkswagen have to settle for creating their own Level 2 and Level 3 driving systems, missing out on the new Level 4. It is estimated that over $100 billion is required to invest in the Level 4 autonomy robotics. The fall of Argo AI was a great setback, but may have been avoided had the company not rushed autonomous robotic developments. GM lost out due to over-reliance on their suppliers. Argo AI lost out due to rushed production and failing automation algorithms in its platforms. The role of the leadership team relative to embracing automation and robotics as a new technology involves a balancing act where it is critical to not place all expectations onto the abilities of the systems. As I have covered, many companies have failed through a lack of foresight. The leadership team needs to understand the equipment they are working with and its limitations. Miscalculations have a massive butterfly effect on production, as previously covered. It is the leadership team's role to hire and guide professional employees to work with these technologies if they want to succeed. Not all employees will work with these automation and robotic systems, but those who do need to have the proper training. The leadership team also needs to hold frequent meetings to ensure that everyone is on the same page. It's hard to say what enhancements will come about and what the evolutionary path will hold for this disruptive technology, at least when trying to delve far into the future. However, in the near term, it is likely that improved sensor technology advances and machine learning and AI, automation, and robotics will keep moving from primitive machines to human collaborating platforms with cognitive functions. These advancements, along with their other associated fields, are making a fast upwards trajectory, significantly benefiting mankind in stride. There will be more significant numbers of increasingly sophisticated robots incorporated into more areas of life and work for humans. These technologies work with humans and will need professionals to keep them running properly. These new technologies bring opportunities for employment and education as the need for robotics experts increase. Automation and robotics will increase economic growth and productivity, creating new career opportunities for many people worldwide. However, there will also likely be a massive job loss seen in the hard labor that some companies use, forecasting losses of 20 million manufacturing jobs by 2030, where 30% of all jobs could become automated, outlining the disruptiveness of this technology. My recommendations for how our world and people should navigate this disruptive technology include staying or becoming more educated on the evolution of automation and robotics to understand the changing environment. It is important to secure employment in areas that this technology cannot work autonomously. Laws and regulations should also be put in place to protect people's jobs, but ultimately, it is up to the individual to adapt if provided with reasonable circumstances. There are increasingly more uses for automated and autonomous systems in devices and robotics performing tasks that are complicated, delicate, or highly detailed. Whether an autonomous robotic system or platform is performing surgery on a patient or striking a military target, there needs to be supervision and accountability. In conclusion, there are many possibilities for this disruptive technology. As long as people keep pushing forward, there will be change and technologies will evolve, including automation and robotics. Pending any further questions, this concludes my presentation. These are my references. Thank you.